What we did last night and what we did in class today was a continuation of the unit rate discussion we had at the beginning of this module. For instance, our problems used to look like if it takes 5 hours to drive 250 miles, how many miles could you drive in 1 hour? And the unit rate would be calculated by trying to figure out how many miles in 1 hour you could travel. The whole idea of unit rate is that there's a single unit at the bottom of your ratio, at the bottom of your rate. So we kind of have to set that up and understand what the outcome is supposed to look like before we do the problem. So now we know to take a look at miles up top, 250 miles over 5 hours, and to figure out the unit rate of 250 miles in 5 hours, we, as you know, are going to divide by 5 and divide by 5, and 5 divided by 5, we chose 5 so that when we divided on the bottom we would get 1, because that's our goal, is to get a unit rate. And 250 miles divided by 5 is going to give you 50 miles per hour. So the problem kind of has to state the relationship it's looking for with these. For instance, here's one of the problems from the matching we did today. Joey fills 1/5 of a toffee box in 1/25 of a minute. How much time will it take to fill one toffee box? So I know that what we're trying to do is fill one toffee box. It's basically a unit rate problem, and our concern is our unit is one toffee box. So now that I know that we're trying to figure that out as our denominator, I know we're looking for minutes per toffee box. And now that I know that, I can set up the information I'm given in its proper location. Toffee boxes have to go on bottom. The units have to stay where they need to start, where they need to end up. So I'm just going to write 1/5 toffee box and 1/25 of a minute. That information is just given. So once I know where things go, it's relatively easy. Now in the previous problem we divided. Here, in order to perform an operation on 1/5 that's going to give us 1, we're going to have to multiply by 5. And I explained in class that whatever we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. So that actually what we end up doing is we end up multiplying by 5 over 5, which is just 1. And when you multiply anything by 1, you're not changing its quantity. In this case, we're just changing the form that's in. So 1/5 times 5 is 1. 1/5 times 5 is a fraction, is 5 over 1. That's 5 times 5 across the top, and 5 times 5 across the bottom is 1. And then we have 1/25 times 5. Again, times 5 over 1. It's just 5 over 25, which is just 1/5 of a minute. 1/5 of a minute. And we used an image today in class to try and make this make sense for some students also. If I have my toffee box here, that's horrible. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If every fifth of the toffee box takes 1/25 of a minute to fill, then 2 parts of the toffee box are going to take another, there's going to be 2 25ths here, then another part of the toffee box, another 1/25 of a minute, another 1/25 of a minute, another 1/25 of a minute. So over here we have minutes, and over here we have our fifths of the toffee box, each fifth taking 1/25 of a minute. So in order to fill the entire box, we are going to take 5 25ths of a minute, which simplified again is 1/5. So if the drawing of a picture helps you make sense of it, go for it. That's an excellent way to go. A lot of students started this way. Our more algebraically minded students went in this direction. Either way, the idea is that how much time will he take to fill a toffee box? The unit, what unit rate you're looking for, is defined by the question itself. I hope this helps. If it doesn't, I'm available all during resource tomorrow, and we can go over as many of these as you like. Thanks.